How will you feel when you're about 18 months off 80?
Well, I don't think I'll make it, you know.
Don't you?
I don't think so, no. I'm working too hard.
Get away. Get away. I looked at them hands, they're nice and soft and clean. Have they ever been mucky?
Yes, I did 6 years in the army, you know.
You have no, that's how I feel. You have no who's the note. Now they're all soft, clean. Look at my rough. Getting trapped at wheels. No, I shouldn't want to be so soft. I'm glad I went to rough it. Yes, glad I went to rough it.
Percy Shaw roughed it when poor and, in his own way, still roughs it today when he's very rich. This is his contribution to mankind, the cat's eye.
Take a past Rosalinda.
Countless thousands of lives were saved in a revolution which began in this pub, Percy Shaw's local up at Queensbury above Halifax. Landlady in those days, Rosalinda. Driving home after an evening here, Percy had the thought which changed his life, affected all our lives in a good way.
I used to drink here at Rosalinda's. She was a very charming person. And she entertained them in that bar, and they were laughing all the night, and she did stuff that you couldn't do in another pub.
Like what?
As far as drinking, gambling, everything on the board. And the police never bothered her. No. They did catch her twice, but it was all quiet. Everything died down quiet. She must have charmed the police as well. But she was lovely. Rosalinda could stand in front of that fireplace and dry her breeches.
How did she come to need to do that?
They got wet. she was wonderful.
So if Rosalinda hadn't been such an easygoing lady, you might never have invented cat's eye.
Correct. So you can just imagine going out on a foggy night and your headlights was no good. And the only guide you had was the tram lines in the middle of the road. Anyhow, we've struck tram lines here, and we've got to get home, and it's that foggy, your headlights simply makes a white sheet. You can't see nothing. And so what you have to do is just put your side lights on and catch the sheen off the tram lines, you see. That sheen of the tram lines, you wobble in, and I had some cars at that day were that loose at steering, well, they used to pop them in tram lines. Then they used to carry me home, you see. But once you get off those tram lines and you have to go down that hillside, it's 2,000 yards of a drop. And well, there were wood railings then. They put some iron ones up now, so you can just understand what this hillside's like. Are you all right? Good.
Yeah, I'm all right now, because you've got your cat's eyes on the road.
Ah, well, we're all right now, yes. Oh, yes, got the cat's eyes. But anyhow, with the tram lines and that hillside, it caused the trouble. And they started taking the tram lines up. So I had to do something about it. Wanted guiding home from Rosalinda's. Our Rosalinda, she was lovely. She said, what a lovely night it is, isn't it, eh? She had the pocket handkerchief.
So how did he come to create the cat's eyes that light up our roads?
The trouble is, we were going up Hollins Hill, and they had some of these lenses in a sign. I thought, we want that sign in the road. So I got up Hollins Hill and pinned some lenses out at sign and found out they come from Bradford. So I went and bought some from Bradford and chipped them and mucked them about and found out they came from Czechoslovakia. So we licked about with these lenses and put them in rubber 1,000 different ways. Had them pointing up to the sky. They were no good pointing up to the sky. Trial and error brought them there. Didn't break. trial and error.
But did you think it was going to make you a lot of money, or did you think you were going to do a bit of good to mankind?
Trouble, I didn't think at all.
Percy's passing thought blossomed on this stern industrial hillside at Boothtown, Halifax, grew into a factory in the middle of which he still lives a life little changed since he brightened the night roads of the world and his bank manager's eyes. Some 20 million cat's eyes have been made here since that night in the 30s when Percy drove into history. Sentimental as any no-nonsense Yorkshireman, he made sure when he was boss that the woodman spared the sycamore he climbed as a child. They do everything in Percy's factory. Make the base of the cat's eye from scrap iron, mold the rubber, fire the glass. An old mill converted in wartime, it still has a utility make-do air. A factory as sturdy and unglamorous, as old-fashioned and self-sufficient as Percy himself. To his home, between workshop and staff canteen, he imports the few luxuries which interest him. 2 rolls, 5 television sets, but precious little else. There's a 19th century flavour here, but this dark place illuminates the roads of the world. Cat's eyes see in the night, glow in their millions on 35,000 miles of British highways, along endless roads abroad. They light the way 600 feet ahead, shining through dust and dirt and fog, showing the world's night drivers the safe way home. In such a satanic setting, they turn out more than 1 million studs. Cat's eyes aren't made by men in white coats. Each eye is a lens of crystal glass set to catch the headlights. Each goes through 40 stages of production, and a skilled operator turns out 2,000 a day. The rubber pad from which these eyes shine is clipped into the cast iron base, which is buried in the road. The pad's hollow walls have been so cut that when a car rides over it, rubber eyelids close, wipe away dust, and on wet days, wash the eyes. Each one's a blinking marvel. But this top, which takes the traffic's thump, must be replaced every 5 years or so. And that supports Percy's daily round, winter and summer, at the Halifax Golf Club up at Ogden. His cat's eyes are exported round the world today. Base plates are produced abroad, but Percy doesn't really trust foreigners, so the patented know-how for pads and eyes stays right here in Halifax. If he let foreign concerns manufacture under license, he'd be far richer.
All that weight in it.
So 8 daily miles across the moors, which isn't bad when a golfer's pushing 80, and then back to the rolls. 13,000 pounds worth of transport with only 7,000 miles on the clock after more than 2 years. As you get to know Percy Shaw, this regal Rolls is perhaps the most uncharacteristic thing about him, along with that number plate. In every other way, he's the most unshowy man. He keeps to himself and only goes inside the works on Sundays when the place is deserted. He's a do-it-yourself man with a kitchen that, like his life, is unusual, but exactly the way he wants it. Substantial joints hang in his walk-in coal store.
We'll eat it as quick.
He likes display shelves instead of cupboards, so he can see just where everything is right away. He does all his own cooking, and Percy's not one to underestimate his talents.
This is a professional cook, is this fella?
And every night, Percy throws a party. provides his friends with drinks, crisps, and a cut off the joint.
Give it a bit more fat now, a double dose of fat. All in order.
The invited sit before the 4 television sets in Percy's sitting room, which perform silently all day and every day. Should he spot something interesting, which isn't often, he may turn up the sound. Percy takes 4 pints a night himself. His hospitality's lavish, if not delicate.
I don't quite see why you need the 4 television sets, really. Why 4? Or why not 6?
Well, 6, we'll have 6 of the 6 stations.
Of all these television stations, Percy, which programs do you like the best? What sort of program?
Wrestling. Good singing, more Anderson.
Yes.
Oh, that's wrestling, and it'll be on tomorrow night, I hope.
Haven't you thought, a man with all your money, that you could have made yourself a bit more comfortable? You see, the place is a bit bare, isn't it? It's a bit Spartan at the moment.
The water's run away.
Well, I find if you've health, you're comfort to everything.
Please.
But you see, even though you've got your health, but what about a curtain on the window? What about a carpet?
Oh, dear. Well, you can see out. And when you cut your curtains, you can't see out. And it's much better when you can see out and not being able to see out. And when it's snowing, it's a picture.
Now, what about carpet, though? Why not a carpet?
Well, the smell. And we used to have a lot of black clocks. And they used to come out there and they used to crunch. So therefore, if we'd had carpets and black clock and carpet, they'd have smelled.
But it's not very comfortable, is it? You know, isn't it a bit like a railway station waiting room?
Well, no, I don't know. It's comfortable, all right. I wish everybody was as comfortable, I'll tell you. No, it's the whole thing is you've got to keep active and cushioned up and carpeted up and one thing and another, and you're frightened of a bit of cigarette ash. I can't see there's any sense in it. No.
So you've been in this house, in this room, in fact, all your life, haven't you?
I've been here 70... I was 2 years old and I'm 78 now.
76 years?
76 years.
You think you're going to like it?
I should be able to like it in a bit when I get ballroom going. Oh, yes, lovely. We're facing south. Well, the sun's there. The sun comes right in and it goes right across it to the side. Sun goes.
The morning sun, and Percy's living room, its furniture all on rollers, gets its regular swilling out. There can't be many very rich men, many monopolists with worldwide businesses who live quite like this. Percy makes do with only 1 television set in his bedroom. So this is the home, the background of a most successful inventor who deserves the gratitude of everyone who's ever gone by road, who's received an accolade from the Queen. And, come to that, from Nellie in the staff canteen.
How many years have you known Percy, Nellie?
Oh, about 40 years. Intimate, like. He used to take us out in his cars and that, right from beginning life.
What sort of a chap is he?
Oh, very nice. Ordinary. You couldn't alter him. He's very nice. And I also see that he has his milk and his bread and his laundry. I take him his things in whatever he wants and take him things on to eat and that.
He's a bit of a lad with the ladies, I'm told.
Yes, but
Not with you?
no, he's never said anything to me, love, never in his life. He'll say, good morning, have you anything to tell me?
How do you find that Percy's changed since he got rich?
Well, he hasn't changed a bit, because I've seen him walk about with all pullovers on that's been all moth-holed. My husband has repaired him stuff many a time when coupons were on and that. No, he hasn't changed a bit.
I suppose some people might see him as rather eccentric, because, for example, he hasn't got any curtains over there.
He has some lovely curtains. They're in drawer, dry cleaned. He has some lovely curtains. Cost many a pound. But he says they gather dust.
What does he do with his money, apart from providing people with drink and that sort of thing? What does he... does he spread his money around much?
Well, I don't get no, but for his... That's what you mean.
Now, you've been poor and you've been rich. Which is better?
Well, being rich, I forget what I have, and I forget it gets buried, and I don't know that I have it. And I simply spend my wage until there is the building society.
You see, you must pay a few pounds in income tax.
Oh, well, don't talk to me about income tax. I might tell something. No, oh yes, over 30,000 a year.
Tax?
Yes. But I wouldn't swear. I don't take any figures in hand, because they might be asking me questions and I know nothing. No, I couldn't say what it is, tax.
You can live on your capital anywhere.
Oh, good. Well, of 1,000. Yeah. How long can you live on your capital?
Well, let's see. What's today? Tuesday?
It's Tuesday. No, what is it? Wednesday today, isn't it?
You say you don't know who you're going to leave your money to.
Oh, I'll give it away to my nephews and whatever it is, and leave myself with security, because you can't take it with you. What are you going to do with your money?
I haven't thought about it yet.
Well, you'll have to be thinking. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 43.
Oh, heck, you're all right. Is your parents still living?
No.
Aren't they?
No.
Your father didn't live in?
No.
Oh. Well, my father had a set bull at Reed, and mine were 90.
You mean I might be going any minute?
Oh, no, I couldn't tell you. But you can't get somebody to have to note, you know.
Your father was a dyer's labourer. You say he was earning £1 a week.
Yes.
Do you think that now you're a rich man, do you think that you're happier than he was?
He was the most happiest, and he had everything, had my father, because all his children loved him. And he hadn't a penny, and there was no bother, because he hadn't nothing to leave. And we all gave to keep him in his old age. No, you see, there were 16 when we come here, and this room would just fit us up with meals. There was a spit there, and it was my job to turn it, spit, cook it, meat it in front of the fire. And my job fetching coal and firewood up every day. And everybody had their own job. My sisters had to make beds. My father used to fetch us clogs. Brothers had to run errands. Everybody had his own work. Well, it's only £1 a week of my dad to bring us up. Of course, I was brought up at Boothdown College, you know. Yeah. Sent to work at half-time at 12 years of age. Well, but they didn't give us a bad education, did they? No. All right. Carry on.
Now, what about London? Would you like to live there?
No, it doesn't be the last place. It was very nice at the beginning, but it's boring in London. It's everything tip. You have to carry a pocket full of money, and waiters, if you don't tip them, they put the change onto a tray, and it sticks fast with beer. You can't get it off. No, awful. I wouldn't like to drive through London. Can you drive through London?
Every day almost.
You're used to it. Terrible. When you all get bunched together,
Yeah.
waiting at lights.
Yeah.
No, I look at taxi driver when we're all bunched there. I thought, it's all right, mate. You're driving, you get out of it. I wouldn't like to think I had to do it. No, not now.
Well, you've got such a big car, that's your trouble.
Yes. Yes, it's an handicap, I'll admit. But they give way for a road. They do, they give way for a road. And I think Bobby looks the other way sometimes, you know.
You've always been a bachelor, Percy, haven't you? Have you ever regretted not being married?
Well, I had to be a bachelor for my parents' sake. Well, you see, they were a big family. And the others got married, and I had to be a bachelor for old folks. And I got used to being a bachelor, so I stayed one. I found I could have my fun for nothing.
You've been a sort of ladies' man, have you?
Beg pardon?
You've been a ladies' man.
I've loved them. Yes, good. Can't beat it. And you get into bother and you get out of it. So, I'm all right, I am. My freedom, my health, and do as I like. I'm going to stop that way.
See, a lot of people think, now I'm speaking as a bachelor myself, if you're not married by a certain age, they think, well, there's something a bit funny about him.
Oh, well, as I told you, I stayed at home for my parents.
Yeah.
I looked after them.
Well, what's your excuse now?
Oh, I like it. I enjoy it. What's yours?
I don't know, really. I don't think I've got one.
No, no. No, I tell you, health and freedom is a lot.
Yes, you're right.
And when
you're
you
right.
get tied up marriage, well, it's a gamble. And it's very rare it's for better. Very rare. It's more often the other way. No. Can't have a smoke.
Yes, please. Is there anything, Percy, that you regret in your life? Any of your girlfriends who got away, or people you've lost, or things you haven't done?
Oh, it's a big attachment when you start losing your family that you've lived with all your life. Oh, when you've lived with people and they're all 80s and 90s, and you lose 2 or 3, your life will last 42 a year. Well, that's a big shock, you know. Up next on the list for pegging out, according to time. Yeah. Well, that's awful, isn't it? You used to think, well, they're all right, they're older than me. As long as they're living, I'm all right. I can keep on living, but they're gone. And same with sweethearts, they're all gone. How's all your sweethearts going on?
Well, 1 or 2 of them are going on all right. Yeah.
Oh, dear. You might be confessing in a bit. Oh, there's some big troubles when it gets married. Sooner or later.
What would you say was the happiest period of your life?
We went to London on a golden sovereign and left at a fortnight on a push bike. We had to sleep out because we couldn't pay lodgings coming home. That was my happiest holiday and my happiest period.
And that's when you weren't rich?
I tell you, it was only a golden sovereign. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to bike it for his transport. So we called at Biggleswade, going. How do I tell it? With tea, a musical evening, a woman to sleep with, bed and breakfast, 5 course of bed and breakfast, and then she turned it out into orchard to fill his pockets with fruit, 1 shilling. That one's meeting, isn't it?
What was the fruit like?
Fruit, lovely. There was apples and pears and plums. We filled his pockets with out of garden. No, it's a job.
Anything you regret not doing as a young man? Any chances you've missed?
No. I can't have missed so many chances. Otherwise I shouldn't be as I am.
Can you imagine how many lives you've saved?
Couldn't try. Couldn't try. You see, when somebody they put down and they guide them, it stops them from getting into a predicament. You can't reckon those.
Well, however many you save, Percy, I'm a motorist, and I'd like to say thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. We ought to have more profit than what we have, didn't we?